Well, there's a few things that the board has to do right. There's a lot of steps in the process, and there's a lot of components to CEO succession. But if I had to boil it down into a few very important things, is that first of all, the board needs to recognize its responsibility, and they need to own the CEO succession process. It really needs to be their agenda. But the other part of that is that they need to partner with the current CEO to make sure that that goes well. The only time that I would say that that is not necessarily appropriate is if there's a problem CEO who's either failing or who simply is unable psychologically to partner in letting go and preparing for the next person. But the pendulum has swung clearly to where the board needs to recognize its responsibility and accountability for effective CEO succession. But we want to be sure that the pendulum doesn't swing so far that it is not done in partnership with the CEO. Secondly, one of the other things that the board must do to make sure it goes well is to recognize that CEO succession is an ongoing issue, and they should treat it as an issue of continuity as opposed to an event. A lot of times that this goes wrong is when they come at it too late in the game, and it's treated as an event at the end of a CEO's tenure. It should be planned for, thought through, constant dialogue every step of the way over time. It should be a standing agenda item. And the third thing board needs to do is they need to be sure that the tough conversations are really taking place. The tough conversations within the board around, are we all on the same page about what's required, about what the leadership profile is, about how we're seeing this process and how we're seeing the candidates. The tough conversations between the board and the incumbent CEO. The tough conversations with the candidates for the job, and about what kind of behavior they're expecting from them, and how they'll be treated throughout this whole process. And the tough conversations with any constituency. A lot of times CEO succession breaks down because the important but difficult conversations aren't taking place. It's important that that happen. And I would say those are those are some of the important things that have to take place from a board standpoint to make sure succession is going well.